Hey everyone, and thank you for listening to this episode of False Reality Check. This episode, we went into some deeper topics, both all types of relationships, family relationships, friends, co-workers, even pets and community. And we deal with what happened pre-COVID and what's going on post-COVID with all these relationships and how they're changing, the dynamics of that, and just how it affects our lives. And we definitely got a little deep on this episode. We, at least me, I definitely talked a little bit about personal relationships with friends, and you too, I think with family, especially you're dealing more about that with family than me.
Yeah, mine was more family related. I mean, friends are family, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, the difference being mine was immediate family and yours was just, hey, we grew up together.
Yeah, we grew up together. No, it was kind of like family. So yeah, you're right.
Of course.
Yeah. But we feel like this was a good episode to listen to kind of connect with us and, you know, compare it to yourself, your own lives, what's going on. How did COVID really affect all of that in your own life? And you're not alone if you think that this really fucked everybody's relationships up, because it kind of did. And you'll see from listening to this episode just kind of how it's affected us and our relationships.
Yeah. And,
all over the place.
And we'd like to hear from you guys and how the events of the past year have affected you and your personal relationships with friends, family, work, pets.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Reach out to us with our email.
Yeah.
frcpodcast@protonmail.com. And we're also on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Twitter.
It's Twitter. It's
okay. At FRCpod. And then what other platforms are we on? Gab, right?
Gab and Float, but we're at False Reality Check. That's the full False Reality Check at those, because Twitter has a character limit. That's why we're FRC Pod there.
And I think that's...
Don't change your date, guys, on your birthday on your profile, because they'll lock you out of your account if you screw it up. Just advice for people going forward. But yeah. Go ahead and listen to this episode. Let us know what you think. Reach out to us and join the conversation. We definitely want to keep this community going with you guys.
Yeah,
all right.
Definitely.
Enjoy.
Thank you, guys.
So I think the week went by quicker than I thought it was going to go, at least probably because of the Monday off. Yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah.
It went by smoothly. And I didn't have to travel much at all this past week for work.
Except for Friday.
Yeah, but that was still local.
Yeah.
So that was nice to be at home.
That's true.
And got to be garden patrol.
you were
chasing away the goldfish.
God, you were like aphid patrol there.
Aphid patrol and scaring away the lesser goldfinches from the garden that continue to just munch away at the sunflower leaves.
Yeah. It's so funny that we thought that it was caterpillars for the longest time. We're like, where are these damn caterpillars?
Yeah.
On these sunflowers, and we couldn't find anything. I think we spent like a solid week, like off and on, just looking at the plants underneath the leaves, putting diatomaceous earth and spraying neem oil and trying to like find these stupid caterpillars that we're never going to find.
Yeah.
And it turns out you were feeding the enemy the whole time.
Yeah. Had a seed feeder.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bird feeder, but it was for seed.
Yeah.
And had that up in the backyard. Bunch of local birds. We're in a pretty urban area, so not much.
A bunch of trash birds.
No.
Like you said. Well, just the one.
House finches, mourning dove, just the basic
house sparrows.
Basic bitches, you know.
House sparrows.
But we do live in a somewhat decent migratory corridor, I found out this past year.
Oh, yeah.
With the birds I saw. For all the bird nerds out there. Maybe I'll throw in some little bird facts here and there. But I won't bore you completely.
No.
I love birds, so.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know anything about birds other than they fly and there's different kinds.
Yeah, getting to be back in the backyard in the garden and listening to the birds fly over.
Oh, yeah.
It's been nice. Because I've been hearing things that I didn't hear last year.
It's true.
Because I really wasn't in the back last year. Because there was nothing. We had nothing but long grass. Don't go into the long grass.
Oh my God. It was like, it literally, I think it was like chest high
Ugh,
at one
it was
point,
so crappy.
and we had to like pull it out. The root system of that grass just like worked its way through all
It
our
was
clay
nasty.
soil, and it was really gnarly. And then we had like grass growing in the crevices between the fence line and the cement, and we still have some, but you know, we're getting it piece by piece. We got rid of most of it. We covered it with the rocks so that hopefully stuff doesn't grow back. But when you started feeding seed to the birds and it started getting in the crevices, now we have like random plants growing in there, and they're coming in, and then the birds keep coming in because you took the seed feeder down, and now they keep coming around looking for welfare handouts.
They're
And
slowly not coming around anymore.
the
Little
fin-
by little.
I mean, the finches are still coming around. We had to scare them
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, the lesser goldfinches, it's war.
Yeah.
It's war.
But they're so cute and small, and when they're eating seed, it's like, oh, you know, they're loud, and they're like, they get like bickery with the house sparrows, where they'll chase them off, you
Yeah.
know, and they're cute and they like how loud they are, but at the same time, they're eating the fucking sunflowers, man. What are you doing? You're eating the leaves from the sunflowers.
My babies.
That we think, oh, it's caterpillars. No, it's lesser goldfinch.
Surprise, surprise. You learn something new every day. This garden has been a learning experience. I'm loving it.
I feel like
I'm loving it.
it's like the hardest school you can go to. It's not like regular school where they hand you a packet and they're like, here, learn this bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, get your hand in the dirt and get dirty and
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Some things are going to work and some things are going to die. Some things are going to live, and you're going to figure it out. And apparently you're going to also become infested with aphids because you have ants that like to farm them on your plants.
Yeah. The aphids have been fun. Ugh.
You're not even serious. You're like, they've been fun.
They've been.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Very titillating.
Titillating. That's the first time I think I've heard that this week. Jesus. We don't usually use that kind of vocabulary in this house.
Oh.
Are you on a new word of the day?
That's my new word for today.
Okay.
Titillating.
Titillating with tits.
Yes.
Oh boy. Well, I'm glad we got to finally sit down because I wanted to talk to you about a lot of relationship things. Not necessarily our relationship. I think we're doing fine.
Think so.
You're like, no, we're not. We're
hanging in there by a thread.
We're getting a divorce tomorrow.
You keep saying that.
Yeah. One of these days you're gonna take me up on that offer, and I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said anything.
Keep pushing it.
But I've been wanting to talk to you about the relationship between like all of us, not just like you and me and the dog, but like our family and our friends, our coworkers, because everything's kind of changed ever since, you know, we have our pre-COVID kind of baseline of how things are.
Yeah.
And then we have post-COVID where everything just turned into shit. And people lost their fucking mind. First of all, the fact that Trump like won and was president for 4 years broke some people's brains. Like can we all admit that? Like that broke some people's brains. At work, at home, in our families.
Yeah.
It broke people's brains. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know why people put that much stock into who the fuck sits in the chair in the house. Who cares? These people are idiots. It doesn't matter. They're going to do stupid shit. There's drama all the time.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. But I feel like that really broke people's brains. And then it was like pretty much almost when he was done, right? That the COVID thing happened. When did it happen?
Yeah, it happened like the year before the election, right?
Yeah. Like did it happen? It happened like in
March.
I thought it started like in a November, December, and then it went into January, and then but it was the final countdown basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was campaigning.
Yeah. And then like the COVID shit happened, and he's like, I'm still gonna hold my rallies and all this stuff, and you know, he had like people that were waiting like fucking 90 mile waits, like literally like 90-mile line.
He's gonna save us all.
Yeah.
He's gonna save us all, babe.
Yeah. Yeah, all that bullshit. But anyways,
Trust the plan.
Yeah, trust the plan. People were really into into Trump, the guy, or they were really like against Trump, the guy. And to me, like once COVID happened, it was like he's either doing the wrong thing or the right thing. Most likely he's doing the wrong thing if you're on one side of the aisle, and if you're on his side of the aisle, he's doing the right thing, right? Isn't that usually how it goes?
Yeah.
Even with our family, like if like the people that like Trump were like, oh, he's doing a great job, da 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 da. He wasn't like if you're being objective about it,
Yes.
he
It
he
was just
anybody
choosing
would have done a
sides,
shitty job.
like usual, just picking a side,
Yeah, just picking a
red or
side.
blue,
It's stupid.
and it split families apart. Definitely my family.
Oh yeah,
Of course, some were for Trump, some were for Biden that whole time, and family get-togethers just wouldn't happen.
no.
We got together for Christmas this year, despite
Last year.
yeah,
Yeah,
despite the whole,
yeah,
COVID thing. But certain family members would not show up because of COVID and the fear of giving it to grandma and grandpa. And
yeah. But Grandma and Grandpa wanted to see everybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
they did. They did. But yeah, not just the COVID thing, but the whole election thing. Can't bring that up at a family event, that's for sure, because people lose their minds. Can't just focus on what's in front of them, the moments that they're spending together,
Yeah.
the stupid games that we play, and the bomb food that we eat.
Oh yeah, Grandma's tamales.
It's so good. But yeah, there's always just that elephant in the room,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It seems really shitty that it's like tainted everything,
Yeah.
and no, like Monica Perez, taint agents.
Yeah.
She calls them taint agents. I like that. That's such a great term. I feel like everything's kind of been colored by either Trump or COVID,
Yeah.
and you either like Trump or you hate Trump, and you either are like pro lockdown forever or
Yeah.
you are anti-mask and anti-lockdown, or
The new thing right now is whether you're vaccinated or not.
oh yeah, vaccinated or not.
And some of my family members did get vaccinated.
Yeah, yeah, some of mine too.
Yeah. And nope. I mean, people are free to do what they want. That's fine.
Yeah,
We all have our own decisions to make, and that's beauty of having free will.
oh yeah. I ain't getting that thing, but you go ahead.
Yeah.
You do you.
You do what you want.
Yeah.
Everyone has personal choice. Do your research.
So they say.
Figure it out.
They say we have personal choice.
But yeah, it's like those family members, of course, push grandma and grandpa to get it just for their safety. And grandma and grandpa made a decision, that's not for them. That's how they feel. If they weren't pushed by anyone in the family, that's their choice. That's their personal choice.
Exactly.
And immediately family members that are vaccinated, who in the family is telling grandma and grandpa not to get vaccinated, like they don't have their own mind to make their own choice.
How dare they think for themselves?
They automatically assume someone in the family is like pushing them to not get vaccinated.
How dare you not think exactly like me and do what I want you to do?
It's weird. Free will is a what do you call it? It's the enemy right now. It's
No, it's the great thing. That's the
no,
best thing in
but
the world.
they're thinking, they're trying to push that, like having free will is a no. You can't think for yourself. You can't think critically.
Yeah, Nazis usually don't like
Who
it.
does that?
Nazis usually don't like
Have
when you don't
them
think about them.
have the government think for you.
Yeah,
But yeah,
they're like
weird.
authoritarians. People have like, that's the one thing I think I appreciate about this whole thing is it's like, it's really revealed who are the authoritarian type people, who are the narcissists, who are the psychopaths, and it's almost like it's forced a revelation amongst all of the people we know, family, friends, coworkers, loved ones. It's really forced that. So now it's like, oh, I see you, bitch. That's the type of person you are.
see who you really are.
I see who you really are. You're a narcissist. You're a sociopath. You want people to do the same thing you want to do or the same thing you think is best. And I see you now. I see exactly who you are, you know? And I like that. I don't like all the other shit. Like the mass. I don't like having to deal with people's delusions, basically.
Yeah.
This is like a giant mass delusion, the way I look at it. You know, any reasonable, rational person, step back, take a look at the actual statistics, right? You have maybe a 5% chance of being hospitalized by this thing. Maybe. On if you are hospitalized and you're a normal, healthy person, you're probably going to live. Just, yeah. Most of the people
your chance of dying is really low.
Yeah. Most of the people that have died are above 75. That's just a fact. And every time they throw a random thing out there, oh, this person in high school got sick and hospitalized and died. Oh, this baby got sick and hospitalized and died. Look into it, because that's usually the second or third thing they have. Yeah. They didn't die from COVID. COVID was a contributing factor, maybe, but they died from something else. And the reason why I can say that, and I know that with absolute certainty, is my brother's friend's kid died in a car accident, hit by a truck, and he died of COVID. Apparently, the truck must have been named COVID, I guess. I'm not sure, because when the blunt force trauma crushed his skull, that must be what killed him. And it's so stupid that people believe anything the news says nowadays, but again, that's all they do is divide and conquer.
I would imagine that guy's family had to fight to get that death certificate changed, right?
They're still fighting right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it's been over a year.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
They're not the only ones. And the coroners don't want to change it because that's money that they get from the federal government if they put COVID on a death certificate.
The coroner's office?
Yeah. Coroners. They're
really?
The coroner's office. That's the ones who gathered the body and everything and all that stuff.
So they claim what the death is, and they get money for it from the government.
Well, the county gets.
Okay, that's right. They're county. Okay.
Yeah.
Forgot they were county run.
Yeah, coroners are county.
Anyways.
Yeah, that sucks, right? That's bullshit.
That's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I feel bad. I know the whole family thing. I feel bad because, like, your family is a little bit more divided. You have some that are vaccinated, some that aren't. You have some on the left, some on the right.
My immediate family we're pretty good.
Yeah.
We're pretty much on the same wavelength when it comes to what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So, but it's...
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's still some weird things going on.
Definitely.
With aunts, uncles, cousins.
I feel a little luckier because my immediate family, my parents are, obviously they're like, some shit's fucking going on. They're like, this is fucked up. Like, this isn't right. Something's not right. So obviously they know something's going on. My sister, she doesn't want to get the vaccine. She already has other health problems. She doesn't want to get the vaccine, I don't know what my nephew thinks, but he doesn't seem like he wants to get the vaccine or anything. So yeah. I feel like a little luckier. And I'm not really even close to my extended family the way you are. Closer to your extended family. I don't even really talk to my aunts or cousins or uncles or anybody. I stick to myself. That's my thing. But, I'm here if anybody wants to talk. But from what I hear, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, they're all vaccinated. They believe in all this bullshit that's going on. I'm sure they really take it seriously. And that's cool. You want to take it seriously? That's fine. I'm just going to live my life. But that's all you can do. Like, you can't wake these people up.
Yeah.
And even if you were to, like, show them the actual facts, the evidence, the way that I feel the way that certain family members that are not free thinking, they'll give you a look like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not an expert, because they really rely on that expert thing. They really think that experts know what they're talking about. And I say that with quotes, experts, because anybody could be an expert in anything. They could declare themselves an expert. I mean, Fauci declares himself an expert, and that dude's like the Hitler of AIDS. He killed more gay people than I think Hitler killed gay people.
Probably.
So, no, I think Fauci did kill more gay people with AZT than anybody else. So, to me, the experts aren't really experts. The experts are liars. They're professional liars and criminals.
They're paid. to say what the pharmaceutical companies want them to say.
Exactly. Or what the politicians want them to say, but they're all
Yes.
probably bought off by the pharmaceutical companies in the end.
Yeah, the corporations.
And they're the ones that are developing all the vaccines. They're the ones that are developing all the treatments and all this all other bullshit. And you know, you can try and point that out to people. You can literally show them the evidence of certain things, and they would just look at you like, you know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna keep listening to CNN. And it's like, okay, all right, because Sanjay Gupta is the fucking voice of rational thinking there. The dude who didn't think that marijuana had a medical use until it was convenient for him. Yeah, even though it's had a historical use for medicine for thousands of years, but he just discovered it in 2013, and it was like, oh, it can be used medically. It has so many
Who paid him?
yeah, exactly. Well, CNN is mostly sponsored by the pharmaceutical companies. So what do you think? You know, but they do have a pharmaceutical type of weed called Marinol. So maybe that company sponsored him, and he decided to change his mind all of a sudden. These people are all whores. They're not real experts. They're whores. That's basically what they are. They're whores for money, and that's all they do. They just shill whatever they think is, you know, the best thing to say at the moment. But they don't really care, to tell the truth. And they definitely take part in this whole splitting families and friends thing.
Definitely.
I feel like they get off on it almost.
Probably do.
That's my feeling.
Well, my family still got together for the major holidays, and guess what? No one got sick.
Yeah, exactly.
And if someone wanted to wear a mask, that was fine. They could wear a mask.
Yeah. There were a couple of people
was
wearing
cool.
masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the
But
Christmas thing.
no one got sick. Everyone was fine. Grandma and Grandpa survived.
Yeah.
And still continue to survive.
Yeah.
So
They seem fine to me. So I feel like people just got to live their life. They can't really wait for these alleged experts or politicians to tell them when to do things, when it's okay, when it's safe. If these people actually knew when it was safe to do anything, you know, there would be no crime, there would be no murder, you know, there would be nothing like that. They keep selling us this idea like, oh, we have to keep you safe. When have they ever kept us safe? They never keep us safe. In fact, they can't. They cannot guarantee your safety. I think that's like the thing that should be on the money under "In God We Trust." It should be on. We also can't guarantee your safety, but good fucking luck.
you have to sign that as soon as you come out of the womb on your birth certificate
With your blood.
with your just baby's foot. That's the contract.
Yeah, that's how they steal our soul.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll get a little personal. I had splitting with friends and stuff during this whole COVID thing. You know, prior to COVID, I feel as though looking back on the friendships I had, I feel like maybe they weren't really real friendships. Maybe they were friendships out of convenience, and because we grew up around each other, we just kind of had to be friends in a certain way and to get along. And there were things that we would laugh about together, but there's not a whole deep connection there with the group of friends that I grew up with. And we kind of all haven't really talked or discussed anything. You know, I had a falling out with a friend before, when this whole thing kind of started, because I saw the writing on the wall right away. You know, I saw that, oh, they're locking everything down. Okay, now we can't go anywhere. Okay, now we have to put, you know, this was before the mask thing. This was when they were saying masks were a bad idea. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. They're
Yeah.
like, no, you don't need to wear a mask.
You don't need one. You'll be fine.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like the next week, he changes his mind and he goes, actually, you need a mask. And then 6 months later, he's like, now you need 2 masks.
Was this Fauci?
Yeah. This is a Hitler of AIDS. And I just remember, you know, reaching out to my friend, and I was supposed to go visit him in Denver. And it obviously this whole thing like broke out like right before I was supposed to go see him. So I was like, okay, well, if I go, we're not going to be able to go anywhere. We're literally going to be up in your apartment the whole time, not being able to go anywhere. We're going to just order food and sit and watch, old Seinfeld and eat. And
Yeah, and we didn't know what was going to happen. And having you away from the house
yeah,
at this time, it was kind of sketch.
yeah, that was like the TP run of 2020,
Oh, yeah.
when there were
That's
lines at
right.
Costco. We didn't wait any of those because we weren't idiots. But
I can't. Oh my God, I
people did.
remember that.
People
Yeah.
waited like in like a line a
Hours.
mile long or more at Costco to go get TP and
Insanity.
water. And it's like, did you motherfuckers ever think that any of this shit could happen in the first place? You should have been prepared. Like, you should have had something
Mm.
in your house, some emergency food, some extra TP supply somewhere in your garage, like something. But when that happened, I ended up not going. And, he said it was for the best. And he's like, well, we'll figure it out when this whole thing's over with. You can come back. And, we kind of got in a back and forth. We, we ended it there at good terms. But then when it became kind of apparent to me that this whole thing was like a giant psyop, this whole thing was a giant psyop. We were sold people were going to be dying in the streets, passing out in the middle of the street because we saw a bunch of videos of Chinese people dying in buses and
Yeah, just
dying on
passing
street
out
corners
on the
and shit.
sidewalk.
Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like we never saw propaganda in our life. And it was like, oh my God, this is it. We're all going to die because of this coronavirus, even though coronaviruses are always around. And people freaked the fuck out. And I talked to this friend and I was like, hey, this shit's bullshit. Like, this isn't real. Like, this is not a thing. There's no chance on hardly dying from this thing. It doesn't seem like it's a big deal. And they're taking her fucking rights. And his response was like, who cares about the Constitution? I'm just like, oh, okay. So you don't really care about anything then. Like, if you can't stand for anything, if you don't care about your right to walk outside, breathe fresh air, say whatever the fuck you want, go to buy whatever product you want, go to feed yourself, if you don't care about those kind of daily things, because to me, that's freedom. That's being able to live your life. And it seemed like, well, we just have to do what the government says. And I've never heard that come out of his mouth before. I never imagined that kind of response. This is somebody who I've known since kindergarten and I really care about and I really respect. And for him to just flippantly be like, none of this shit matters. We just all have to do what the government says. Like, no thinking, no stepping back and going, wait a second. Is what they say really true? Just thinking that. And not even that, but listening to me tell him these things. A friend, somebody who's been a friend since kindergarten. You don't trust me?
Yeah.
You don't trust me?
You trust someone you've never met.
Yeah. You trust a bunch of these experts, these fucking faces that you've never met your entire life. People that look at you like you're a fucking fly. Because that's how they look at us. These elite motherfuckers. That's how they look at us. And you take their word above the word of your friend that you've known your entire life. And not only that, but it's like he didn't even want to hear me.
Yeah, no discussion.
He's like, well, we disagree politically, so we don't talk about politics. I'm like, wow, who made that fucking decision? Because I talk about politics with every one of my friends and none of them seem to have an issue. Yeah. I let them say what they want to say. They hear what I say and they agree or disagree. And that's it. And we move on from there. But it's never like we have to agree on everything. And I wasn't telling him like, you have to agree. You just have to hear me out. That's it. But it's like, oh, we disagree. So he didn't want to hear me out. So then that got me thinking, like, this person's not really a friend. Like, if you can't sit and listen to your friend that you've known your whole life because they disagree on politics with you, I don't agree on politics with most people. I'm a fucking anarchist. I don't believe in any fucking politics. No politics. I don't want a state. I don't want politics. I don't want politicians. I don't want anybody telling me what to do. I want to be able to live my fucking life. And I want that for everyone. That's all I want for
Yeah.
everyone. But you can't listen to me for like 5 seconds and just be like, well, that's really interesting. I'm going to look into that. I've never heard that before. How come the news isn't saying stuff like that? You know? Just something. No, I don't want to hear you.
Yeah. Let's change the subject.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, well, I'm not going to sit and talk fucking Seinfeld with you your whole life and talk bullshit if you can't even sit and be a human being and listen to what I have to say.
For
That's
some
that's fine.
for some people the truth is hard to hear.
No, I agree. I agree. I you know, it's made me think a lot about that relationship, and while I appreciated it for the time, I'm glad I'm moving on, because to me it's like I must have been in a dream or something where I thought that this was a real friendship, but I'm awake now, and I don't see it that way anymore. I see it like, oh, I was your crutch. Like I would sit and listen to your, bitch and moaning about things. I would sit and listen to what you had to say about things. And I would laugh and joke with you about the same stupid shit that we joked about since before high school, But it wasn't, that's, that's not friendship. Like that's a colleague.
But you guys did grow up together and did help each other grow. You can't deny that. You had your good times and he was meant to be in your life.
Oh, definitely. For sure.
And
But
he could still come circle back. You never know. You
I don't
can't
know. He
just
got
shut
the
that-
vaccine.
Well,
We'll see what happens to these people that get the vaccine. No offense if you got the vaccine and you're listening to us, but you might want to look up a little document called the SPARS. What is it? The SPARS documents
yeah.
that have been leaked.
Is it John Hopkins?
Johns Hopkins. Just good luck in September, folks, and I wish you well. Hope you're okay, and I just don't want that vaccine. But good luck. And he got the vaccine, and it really, really bothered me when he did that. It bothered me. It bothered me they didn't want to hear what I had to say in the first place. That's fine. You don't want to hear what I have to say, I can disconnect from you. I'm all about getting rid of the toxic relationships, and apparently that's a toxic one. You don't want to hear me, then I don't have to hear you. Get out, get back, go do your own thing, and I'll do my own thing. But when he got that vaccine, that flipped me. I was like, okay, he's not at all the person I thought he was.
Yeah, it's
growing up.
It's hard when you're trying to share a different way of thinking about things and approaching this reality that we're in. And if it's outside of the box for some people that they're normally not used to, it's hard to hear.
It's so funny that
to think critically for some is, do I have to?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so important. We have to do it. We have to exercise our brains.
Exactly.
And think about everything that's put in front of us.
Exactly. But but I thought he was like that. I thought he was the type of person to think critically about that thing. I mean, he was the first person that I ever had a trip with, and so to share that kind of experience and like open up our minds a bit with a trip, a psychedelic trip, for those of you who are uninitiated.
He's a pretty seasoned
very
person
seasoned psychonaut.
Yeah,
when it comes to that kind of stuff, and to just to have him be like, oh yeah, we're all one, he's awake to all that kind of stuff where we are all one. There is no race, it's just us. We're all part of the one. There is a one consciousness kind of a thing, and the universe is alive essentially, and all these kinds of truths that you kind of become aware of when you're tripping, that you aren't aware of normally when you're not awake. But once you're awoken to it, you can't really look back. And for him to think all this stuff and to be like, but yeah, Joe Biden's our friend and we should just do what he says, and Fauci's a good guy and we should just do what he said. And it's like,
Listen to the CDC.
Yeah, it's like, do you think about anything other than just in the very moment that you're in? Like, you have to look at these people and understand where they've come from, where they're going, and what they plan on doing. These people aren't your friends. They've never been your friends. Yes, we are all one, and yes, even those people are part of that one. But the light in them has gone out a long time ago. And now they're just using us for their own enjoyment in this life. And to me, you can't look at these people in charge and be like, "Oh, they love us." And then look at another group of people because they're different politically and be like, "They don't love us." If we're all one, then even those people love you, right? So
Yeah.
like he would be, I guess you consider him a liberal. I would consider him a liberal. He's like an Obama person. He likes Obama, you know? And then
We all did.
we all did. We all thought he was a good guy. But he feels that way, and then but he looks at Trump like, "Oh, Trump, he's a bad guy." And it's like, "Well, then you didn't get it. We're all one. Even Trump, too." Like, you don't understand. So if you understand that we're all one, now you see Trump, Biden, all these people, these guys are actors. They're playing a part. They're not here for you. You're here for you. You need to wake up. You need to not rely on these people, and don't listen to these people. Listen to you. Listen to the voice inside of you. That's who you need to listen to.
Listen to your heart and listen to your gut.
Yeah. Listen to your intuition. What is it telling you? What do you know to be right inside? That's what you need to follow. And for him to kind of turn his back and just be like, "Yeah, I didn't really talk to him." And he reached out to you and was like, and he told you, like, the first thing was like, I'm vaccinated and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And
The people always have to tell you.
That's like, it's like the kid in school that gets the fucking gold star. "Teacher, give me gold star. See, I'm a gold star student."
Jeez.
And it's like, you're the same fucking kid. You're the same kid in school. Like, they taught that to you then. That's why you do this now. They taught that to you when you were a kid. They pounded that shit into you. Earn that gold star. Earn that gold star. Earn the teacher's praise.
Listen to what the authority figure's telling you.
Exactly. And all of a sudden you bit into it and you're like, "Yay, I'm a part of it. Yay, I'm helping." The people at the top want you to think that by doing the most minimal amount of work, you're helping. They think all you need to do is vote. You just need to vote. If voting changed anything, that would be illegal. Just understand that right away. Voting doesn't change anything. All you need to do is get the vaccine. Oh, okay. So all you need to do is shut your fucking brain up and go to this pharmaceutical and take it, even though it's experimental. It's never been proven to work. And we don't know what the fuck's going to happen to you in 10 years. But good luck. But it's going to help. It's going to help everybody if you do this one thing. Oh, and if you put the mask on, it's going to help. They just keep telling you what to do.
It doesn't even, it just helps with the symptoms, right? It helps suppress the symptoms.
No, it
That's
doesn't
all
even
it
help.
does.
It doesn't even help. Because the vaccine doesn't even carry the virus. It's an mRNA vaccine. It programs your cell. It doesn't even carry the virus.
Wow. I read that it just suppresses the symptoms.
It doesn't suppress the symptoms.
And some people think that it just prevents you from ever getting it.
Yeah.
But that's not even true either.
No. I mean, look at Bill Maher. He got the vaccine and he tested positive.
Bill Maher. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. I'm just saying, well, yeah, I fuck him. Yeah, for sure. But no, I mean, he got the vaccine. He just tested positive. A bunch of MLB players got the vaccine. They tested positive. NBA players, same thing. NHL players, same thing. It doesn't do anything. It's an experimental drug they want you to take before you have a chance to think about it because you're a fucking idiot. And they look at you like you're a fucking idiot. They're like, "Look at all these fucking sheep. We have a bunch of new customers." And they've convinced you that if you take this, you're going to be fine. Well, you know what they're saying is that it's ineffective in another 6 months. You're going to have to get a booster. So How effective is this brand new, wonderful technology that they keep talking about, this mRNA vaccine? This is the first of its kind if you got to take it every 6 months. That's not a good technology. That's a dumb technology. That's a technology that keeps you dumb and needing them. Isn't it funny that the cure is always them?
Yeah.
They make something wrong, and the thing that's wrong, they have the cure for. It's funny how it always works out to be that way.
It keeps the money flowing for them because that constant customer base of having to re-up on that vaccine.
Yeah.
That money's going to be flowing in, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. I hope that that SPARS document is incorrect, but whatever. I mean, I've kind of made my peace. Like the people that got the shot, I'm like, you know what? If they go, then they go. I'm at the point where I'm like Eddie Bravo, you know. If you don't know by now, I can't help you. I'm sorry. I can't. You're going to take the risk on your own. You're going to figure it out on your own. You know what? It might take your own life. And sorry, if it does, tried to warn you. The people that you accuse of being conspiracy theorists, like you think that that's some like insult or some stupid shit. Fucking call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't give a shit. Call me one. It's fine. The people that you guys call conspiracy theorists, you think we're all crazy, we're fucking right. And you'll see.
We're just trying to think outside of the box and view things differently and not actually research things before you make a decision.
Yeah.
And because of that, we're called conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, because we use our brain. You know, the brain that God gave you.
I mean, that's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, not everything that comes out as conspiracy, I believe.
No.
I do my research.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of fascinating stuff out there, but doesn't mean it's true.
You're right. That's true. It's I don't know. People are going to do their thing. People are going to do what they want to do. And I feel like this whole COVID thing just gave people the opportunity to be the true assholes inside they wanted to be to begin with. It's empowered a bunch of
morons,
unintellectual, mouth breathing sheep and
knuckle draggers.
Yeah, knuckle dragging motherfuckers. And I get it. There's going to be dumb people. There's going to be people that praise the establishment and want whatever they get thrown at them, even though they pretend like they're rebels. It's so funny that all these people, these like Black Lives Matters and all these leftists that are like, oh, we're all anti-establishment, and the establishment's all fucking agreeing with you and they're all pushing you. You're not a rebel if the establishment is entirely behind you.
Yeah, if they're funding you.
Yeah. You're not rebellious. You're not the underclass or whatever. You're not the proletariat, like they say. You're a part of the fucking system. We're the fucking proletariat. We're the ones calling you out. And you're the ones calling us conspiracy theorists. I will never understand people shutting off their brain and just going with the flow for every little decision in their life.
Yeah, that's been hard watching friends just follow rules for the sake of following rules. It's been very eye-opening to see who's willing to take a chance and fight for what's right. And I know wearing a mask is a big thing for some people. For me, it's a big thing because I love seeing people smile, and not being able to see a friend smile or see their reaction. It sucks.
Oh, I hate it.
And
I love seeing people smile. I love smiling at people. You know? Like you get like, there's like little old ladies in the grocery store. I always smile. Of
course, smiling at babies is big for me.
Oh yeah, I love smiling at babies
because
they smile back.
Some of their parents are wearing masks, and babies, they need to see adults' reactions.
Yeah, and
people's reactions around them, facial recognition, and half their faces covered. How are babies going to learn to when someone's angry or like I don't know, showing loving eyes or something?
No,
smile. Right. So I make it a point every time I see a baby, and I'm usually not wearing a mask, I smile.
Yeah. I know. I've seen you.
They,
They smile back. They
they
love
need
it.
to see it. They need to
love
see it.
I don't know if you know that. Have you ever seen that experiment? It's like a psychological experiment with a baby and a mother, where
Yes.
the mother holds the baby, and she's like smiling and laughing and playing, and the baby's smiling and laughing and playing, and then they take the baby out, and then they put the baby back on her lap, and she just stays stiff and very stoic and doesn't move her mouth and doesn't move her eyes, and she doesn't react to the baby, and the baby thinks like she's joking, and he starts to play like, oh, let's play again, and then he starts to realize like something's fucked up, like what's wrong with you, you're not reacting to me, what's going on with you.
The baby
and
becomes really agitated.
becomes agitated and starts to cry, and then it starts to really really let go and cry and freak out, and that's what's happening on a mass scale with the mask thing to all of us. And people don't understand, or at least some people understand, but a lot of people that are just going with the flow, they don't understand the psychological implications behind putting a mask in front of everybody's face. I mean, if you think about a year and a half ago, putting a mask and going into the bank was illegal. That was a crime. True. They thought you were going to rob the bank. And now if you don't put a mask on before you go in the bank, they will arrest you.
Yep.
Isn't that fucked up? This is how stupid we are.
Clown
so literally,
world.
You could put a mask on. I'm not advocating this. Do not do this. I'm not saying to do this. But you could put a mask on, walk into the bank, and rob the fucking bank because they told you to put the mask on. And it'll be harder for them to find your identity if you put a mask on. But they're actively asking you to put a mask on before you go into a bank or a financial institution. Isn't it so stupid that these high security locations are now being retarded with security? Like, I imagine
no sense.
Even when you go into a fucking pawn shop, you probably got to put a mask on. And that's when you shouldn't put a mask on in the pawn shop, because everybody knows everybody robs fucking pawn shops.
Courtrooms.
Courtroom, yeah. You go to a courtroom, you have to wear a mask? That's so stupid.
Oh, man.
Did you see that Zoom call like a couple weeks ago? There was like a courtroom Zoom call or something, and like the defendant like signed on with his own like personal like screen name, and it was like buttfucker 3000.
Shut up.
No,
I didn't see that.
I swear to God, it was like buttfucker 3000. So there's this like Zoom call where there's like a
Nice.
judge and like lawyers and different screens. You know how Zoom call looks. And then in the corner, the defendant is buttfucker 3000 or some shit like that.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. I'm sure that judge had a fit and was like, you can't do that. He's probably like, whatever. That's my screen name.
Let's transition to Zoom calls and WebEx calls.
Oh my God.
At work.
At work?
Can you imagine having your personal username on one of those calls being buttfucker? 6969.
If it was my last day at work, I would put all kinds of nasty shit out there, because I'd be like, fuck this place, I'm out. I'd put all kinds of nasty shit.
Would it be buttfucker?
It'd be like, I don't know. It would be something anally involved. Yeah. Something with anal in it. Like anal dozer or some shit.
Analyzer.
Like that. Analyzer. Yeah, because I'm kind of like an analyst, so like you could put analyzer. I like that. That's a good idea. I think my last day I'll put analyzer in my job description on my sign.
I'll get you a shirt.
Yeah. I would love that.
But yeah. So transitioning to work, the work relationships and coworkers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We both have been moved to home, working at home.
Yeah. Which is good in a way, because I get to see you all the time.
Yes.
I get to see the dog all the time, and I get to be around and cook great food and eat great food. And
yeah, and we would have to commute to the office every day.
Yeah.
And we did work in same area, so we did get to commute together, which was nice.
And it was like a 20 plus 30 plus whatever mile a day each way.
Yeah, but traffic was a beast.
Oh, it's always a beast.
Oh my God.
We live in the worst place for traffic.
Yeah, our office is closed when this whole thing started, and we never really see our coworkers anymore, and it's only through Zoom and WebEx. And even then, I'm like, I never turn my camera on.
Me either. And I
It's
don't
just
turn my
my
camera
photo,
on.
and I don't even look like that. I'm in PJs. Sometimes I'm not even wearing pants.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Sometimes I'm not even wearing clothes.
oh,
I'm
it's
tubing
true
it
though.
like that guy.
Tubing it.
That's that Jeffrey Tubin guy. You know, he's like sitting there whacking it in a Zoom call.
Oh my god,
Remember
I
that
forgot
shit?
about him. Ew.
Yeah. Ugh,
Don't you dare.
that guy. Nah, I'm not. I'm not naked at work. That's gross. That's nasty.
He puts a shirt on.
Yeah, I put a shirt on. I gotta clean up the mess somehow. Just kidding.
Oh my goodness. Nice.
But yeah, no, I get it. The call thing that got kind of. I don't do Zoom calls. We don't have Zoom at my. You have Zoom at yours, I guess. Sometimes.
Sometimes if it's clients outside of the company I work for,
Yeah.
we'll do Zoom calls. But for the most part, it's just WebEx or some stupid
We have
Teams
Teams.
or
Yeah. We have Teams.
But yeah, and I get to go out and work remotely. It's not remotely. What is it?
Yeah, in
like
the field.
going in the field.
In the field.
So I do get to see my coworkers,
Every
but
once
it's
in a
only like a handful of them.
while. Yeah.
When I used to work in an office with 100 or so people that I hardly ever see.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of those people. Only when there was a event, like a lunch event, and they'd have a lunch truck. And
Oh yeah.
we'd do some football themed, like say Super Bowl was coming up, they'd hold some event prior, and it'd be Super Bowl themed or something. And
Yeah.
but yeah, there was like 100 or something people in the office. I didn't even know there was that many people. We had 3 floors, so obviously,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had the whole building, and I didn't know most of the people in the building.
But yeah, all those people sent to work at home. And I'm sure it's kind of like me, where it's maybe a handful of people that they communicate with daily.
Mm-hmm.
Versus we used to walk to the bathroom and just see random people, or go to the kitchen and
Stop and have a little conversation.
Yeah, I get to talk to people. So that's kind of been a different change, or a huge change.
Same here. By the time we ended up like coming to work at home full time, I was partially at home for like what, at least twice a week.
That's right. They were transitioning you slowly
to work
at home.
They were gonna give me, part of me working in that department was, they said that twice a week you can work from home. So I was like, all right, cool. So then 3 days out of the week I have to go in, which I thought, oh, not too bad, because you work, in the same area. So I would just have to get up really early with you and start work a little earlier than normal, but it's not a big deal. And now that when I went to work at home, all my days are at home, and my coworkers, I used to see them at least 3 days a week. Some I would only see 1 day a week because they came in like 1 day a week, and we would hold like events and stuff. Every once in a while, we would do where they would, people from our department, but they would work in different locations in the country. They would fly in, and it would be like a whole day or two of us just getting together doing like a team building type, activities. Like one year we did an escape room together, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was really fun.
That's
I got
really
to,
cool.
I was literally, it was like the director and my boss and me and like one other person. We were stuck in a room. We had to get out, and we all, like, there were 3 teams, and we like formed 3 teams. We all had to figure out the puzzle and get out, and we did. And we figured it out. It was pretty fun. I've never done an escape room thing, and I always thought, wow, that's cool that this team actually does stuff that's not like lame work shit, like mixers, whatever. And I don't do mixers. I think I went like, didn't I go like once?
Like the happy hours?
Yeah, didn't I go like once?
You did. You did a few times.
No, for this team, not for.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah,
just for this team. Yeah.
Yeah, I went like once, and that was cool. That was like, I got to get high with my boss. That was nice. That was awesome. He was like, he hadn't had like any weed in like
do a little meth
years. No, I don't do that shit. Meth's a bad drug. I don't do that. Although, yeah, no judgments here. You want to do meth, have fun. That's not what Papa does. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Like I'd known him forever, and I knew like he did weed back in the day, but he wasn't like really into it. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, do you have some?" I was like, "Yeah." And we just hung out in the car beforehand, got a little, got a little buzz on, and I was pretty fine. He was fucked up. He was like really talkative, and I was just like looking at him like, "Dude, they're gonna know you're
Oh my
high."
God.
But we had a really cool meal. They like got us beer and all. Like we could eat or whatever we want. They ordered like appetizers and everybody got a meal and all that kind of stuff. It was nice because we got to hang out, and we didn't talk at all about work. It was other shit, and I like that. I like connecting with humans, other humans that I work with, not about work, because I need to know who they are on a personal level. Like I understand that everyone at work is a different person.
Yeah.
You're
That's
you're
what we're here for.
Yeah, you have to like put on a face, right? You have to be a certain person. You have to be cooperative and all this kind of, motivational and all this corporate bullshit. You
Play
have to
the Game of Thrones.
Exactly. And I'm not even like I'm not even playing the Game of Thrones. I'm running away from the throne. I don't even want to be on the fucking
Me
throne.
too.
But you have to pretend, you know, and just to spend time with these people outside and not talk about any of this stuff is great, because the people I work with, like I don't like my company. I think I've established that. I think I've said that. I
Don't
don't
like the government? Check.
don't
Don't
like
like
corporations.
Check.
I don't really enjoy what I do. I feel like I don't help people, and I want to help people. But I really like the people I work with. They're really cool. They're nice people, and outside of work, they're really cool people. Everybody's really cool. Like they're real people, you know? It's hard to find like real authentic people. And the one thing that like has flipped me, and I'm curious to see how people are, because I haven't really seen them face to face, but like hearing how many of them are like all gung ho about getting the vaccine, or they got the vaccine even though they knew they were going to get like side effects or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, like you guys can't, like, you just got to jump on board, right? You're all in on this like whole like system. And me, I'm just pretending to be in on it while I work here because because I need a fucking job. That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any of that stuff. And so we have our thing coming up. We're at the end of the month. We're finally going to get together
For the first time in how long?
in over a year. Over a year.
You're going to get to see
We're
them
gonna get
face to
see each other
face.
face to face. No mask, because the mask mandate will be over with by then, hopefully. And we'll actually have like a picnic in a park, and they'll probably bring like cornhole and like a bunch of other games to play, because they always do that. Cornholio. But I'm looking forward to seeing people, and I'm looking forward to seeing how people have changed, and how this whole thing has affected them, because I know how it's affected them in terms of their thinking. If they're running out getting a fucking vaccine, they're obviously a little afraid of this thing, right? I want to see people face to face and get that connection again, and be like, are we still good? Like, are you still a real person, or are you a fucking robot now? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I'm wrong, and they're real people. They don't think about stuff, and that's why they got the vaccine. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's very interesting. At the level that we work at, the people we're surrounded by have, for the most part, gone through 4-year like undergraduate education, right?
Yeah. Some
So-
more, they've gone past that too.
So we're stuck in school for what, 12 years?
Yeah. Seems
Learning to obey authority, learning this indoctrination. So you get 4 more years of it. That's a big chunk of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Learning to trust authority.
And I work in an
and
industry
experts.
where authority and experts take a center role.
Yes. So of course we're going to be surrounded by people that trust the experts because they've been taught that their whole life, and they haven't had the opportunities like we have to try and open their mind a little bit, to look at things differently. So that, for me, that's been very hard because I feel the same way as you. I do love the people I work with. We have fun when we're out in the field and shooting the shit and just being normal, just talking normal, dumb topics, random things. But when it comes to these topics of COVID, and how they deal with it and getting the vaccine, and I'm just like, just doing it because, hey, I know they might require it for travel. So I just want to be prepared. Or
it's like, but they're not requiring it yet.
Yeah.
So you want to do it because you want to be a goody goody.
Yeah, it's
even if they did require it, I'd be like, nah, fuck your shit. I'm not gonna do that anyway.
Yeah, it's that got to get that gold star mentality. Got to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Even if it's detrimental to you and your body.
I mean, I'm sure they don't see it that way though.
No.
They see it as, oh, well, I'm going to have some symptoms now. Maybe I might have a bad reaction, but in the end, I'm not going to, I'll be fine. They don't see it as an experimental thing. They don't even know it's experimental. They think it's approved. Like, people think this vaccine is approved.
It's true.
It's not. It's emergency use authorized. And it's only emergency use authorized after the pharmaceutical companies, in tandem with their media experts that they buy because they pay for the media, have talked shit about therapeutics like hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, or any other of the other alternative, not even alternative. These are pharmaceutical treatments.
How about vitamin D?
Vitamin D.
Simple sunlight.
Yeah. These are things
Exercise.
that are simple things. Like the vitamin D is such a big thing because the CDC itself has admitted that something like 90% of the people that have died from COVID have died with a
deficiency.
in tandem a deficiency of vitamin D. And if you could just increase your vitamin D intake, you would probably, lower your chances of dying or being hospitalized from this sort of thing. But if you talk about any of this stuff, they censor you. And the reason they do that is because if therapeutics are available, the FDA cannot approve for emergency use a vaccine that doesn't show anything, that's completely experimental. So because if alternatives or therapeutics are available, they cannot authorize for emergency use. This is why they talk shit about all these other treatments, because they want you to take the vaccine. Now, why would they want that? Why would vaccine manufacturers who are convicted felons in court, these Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson are convicted felons in court. This is on record. They've killed people. They are murderers. Now, why would a murderer want you to not look at an alternative? Isn't that funny? It's kind of weird.
They've paid out millions to victims of their products.
Yep.
And vaccines.
And there's no convictions in terms of sentencing their board.
No, they've all, for the most part, they settle. Yeah. Right? Bears Court.
Oh, yeah. They settle. They do their best to keep it out of the media. And they own the media. So, of course, they're not going to say anything.
But, yeah, it's trying to circle back to the work discussion. Yeah, these government regulations that we have right now, the mask mandates, the having to stay clean, it's caused some corporations to have to implement trainings. I know for my job, we've had several trainings on COVID and policies and how to do our jobs, basically.
Same
and some of these policies require us to tell on our coworkers, if they're not wearing a mask and not being safe.
Do they call that the SS policy?
It's unbelievable.
Because that's basically what the SS does.
Basically, don't mind your business.
Yeah. Be a busybody.
Yeah.
Be a fucking Karen. and report to the manager.
Literally, they present you these scenarios in the training, and it's like you're getting coffee in the kitchen and you overhear Sarah talking to Bill about her vacation about her sister's vacation, and that her sister went out of state. And then you think, oh, you and your sister live together. Or no, the sister and her live together, so, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you basically
This is like how to
think
inform.
about the scenario
Yeah.
and go to HR.
This is
Someone's
like
traveling out of state.
how to inform on your colleagues at work.
Yeah, these scenarios that
It's
are
like
presented to you.
Snitch culture.
And you have like multiple choice questions that you have to answer. And of course, the right one is go to HR and let them know Sarah's sister went out of country went out of the state. And
I'm glad I didn't have to take some stupid ass quiz like that.
It's crazy.
Because my answer would be like, snitches get stitches, bitch.
It's pretty crazy.
I ain't snitching on nobody.
I'm not either.
I ain't snitching on nobody. I ain't that type of person. Sorry. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not looking. You're doing something wrong? I ain't looking at you. Sorry.
So it puts you in this state of mind of who can I trust? And there's a handful of people I can trust that I work closely with.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't trust anyone else in that company, especially right now.
I feel like it's wow, that's just such a shitty thing for your like work culture. You know, my job has like all this like, oh, our culture, da 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 da, our culture, and they
Wolfpack.
Yeah, that's your fucking thing. But ours is, you know, they try and emphasize all that kind of stuff, and I'm really surprised, you know, working in the health field, how my company is like, oh, you don't have to get the vaccine because it's emergency use authorized. It's not FDA approved, so we're not going to make you take it, but we highly encourage you to take it. That's their stance. I'm not going to take it. Even if they made it mandatory, I wouldn't take it. I'd be like, fire me then.
Yeah.
Fire me.
The company I work for, they don't even say that. They just say it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
But they don't even suggest, oh, it's heavily suggested, you know, that you get it.
Yeah. But you're not even anywhere near healthcare. So
no.
To me, it's kind of stupid that people you work with rush off and get it because you guys aren't even in healthcare.
No.
Fucking I'm in healthcare and I'm like, nah. You know how many nurses and doctors aren't even going to get it? They're like, no, we're not getting it.
Oh, I know plenty.
Yeah. We have some in our family.
We have family members.
We have family members who are nurses and doctors and they don't want to get it. And I get it. Why would you want something if you don't even know what the hell's in it? And you can't prove what's in it and you don't know, you don't know how it's going to affect you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see with my work and the clientele that we work with if some of them require the people that they contract.
Yeah, especially if you have federal contracts.
To be vaccinated.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be allowed to work on those jobs.
Nope. And it's not like they're going to get rid of you. So
we'll see.
I mean, they can try.
We'll see.
Lawsuit.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting, and just take it day by day.
Yeah.
Like no worries here. I mean, the universe is going to do what it's going to do, and
I'm kind of like, I hope my job makes it mandatory because then I can really fight against them, and I can be like, fire me then, pay my unemployment, bitch. That's the way I look at it. I'd probably make the same in California. Are you kidding me? There's people right now that are sitting on their ass because they're making more money on unemployment than they are for having an actual job. So I say, you want to make me get the vaccine? Fuck you. I'm not going to get the vaccine. Fucking fire me. Fire my ass and pay my fucking unemployment.
Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you, pay me. And you know what? Then I'll take that money. I'll keep buying Bitcoin and I'll keep doing this fucking podcast and I'll do it full fucking time. So fuck off. Oh man, they won't do that though. They're not going to make it mandatory.
No. We'll see.
Yeah, even if they do, come at me. Meet them in the parking lot. The one like happy thing that's happened besides all the misery and divisiveness in our broken relationships with coworkers and family and friends is the fact that like every pet in all the homes and foster care have been like adopted. Like you can't find a dog or a cat right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has been a huge plus.
And
The adoption
I hope they're
centers,
being taken care of good.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the adoption centers just, they sold out, cleared out.
Yeah. I wanted another one besides the little one we have here. And I'm like, oh, she could use a friend. But everybody's empty right now. And you really, like, unless you're going to a breeder, which I don't want to go to a breeder, then you're kind of screwed. You have to wait until more dogs become stray dogs,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Who makes stray dogs?
Start farming stray dogs.
I guess so. When we were in Mexico, they were everywhere. Stray dogs were everywhere. You could just walk around and they'd follow you.
They were wild.
Yeah. They weren't wild. They were stray dogs.
They were wild.
They weren't
I
wild
saw it in
dogs.
their eyes.
They were fine. They were regular dogs. It was just, they were just strays. That's all. They must manufacture them over there somewhere,
Maybe.
along with all our other stuff that they manufacture in Mexico that we don't manufacture jack shit here anymore.
The good Coke
That's true.
with the sugar.
Yeah, with the real
The drink,
sugar.
not
Cocaine.
drug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do cocaine.
No, I
But,
don't either.
I've heard it's a hell of a drug. I just don't do it. But yeah, I'm glad. I mean, we adopted this one, long before everything happened. But when everything happened, we kind of hunkered down, really took care of her. She has her little health problems every once in a while.
By the way, he says this one, and she's sitting right below us right now.
Yeah, she's at her feet right now.
So he's referring to our pup.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. She's a pup. That is her.
And she's just chilling right here by our feet right now.
Yeah. She's asleep.
But,
she's a little beef.
She has benefited immensely with us
Oh.
being home.
She hates it whenever we leave now.
Oh,
She's like,
it's rough.
where are you guys going?
Yeah, we get out of the house, just to stretch our legs and go have a meal peacefully
Or
and
go pick up groceries or food.
go to the
somewhere.
farmer's market,
Yeah.
But those few hours are just, I can imagine torture because she's had us with her every day.
It freaks her out.
Yeah, and
She's
and
already anxious.
We take her with us places we can, and
She gets walked every day.
yeah,
And-
but
and-
she's enjoyed having us home, and I've enjoyed being here with her
Oh yeah,
too.
me too. I get to see all her little attitude changes and her little personality that she has.
Yeah, I'll be sitting at the computer and she'll do her head flip and I hear the ears flap and I'm like, oh, and I'll just take a little break and walk over to the couch and, give her little pets and it feels good.
Yeah,
It's a good breakaway
yeah.
from work.
She doesn't know how much value she brings to our lives in terms of stress relief and love and being protective of us, even though she's really small. I definitely wouldn't depend on her to protect us both. But
She's about 15 pounds.
yeah, but she does her best. She warns us when the mail comes. That's
Yeah.
for sure. She definitely does not like any delivery men or any mailman. She fucking hates Amazon delivery drivers for some reason, even though they always bring us great stuff.
She hates skateboards.
She doesn't like skateboards. She hates the sound of skateboards. But she's brought a lot of joy during this time of bullshit to her life. She's definitely been the least bullshit of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
She doesn't care who's president.
No.
She doesn't give a shit about COVID.
Yeah,
She's just living her life, just like we should.
exactly. She's like, you got teas for me?
Yeah.
I can't even say the word because as soon as I say it, she'll wake up.
TREAT.
Yeah,
Everyone.
that's why we say tea.
Yeah.
We can't say the W word either unless it's time to go. Either because she'll wake up and she'll go, oh, it's time to go? Okay.
But yeah, talking with my coworkers too, that have pets at home. Their pets love it also.
Oh, yeah.
It's just been good all around
Yeah.
for our fur babies, as some people like to say.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
What do you call cats? Are they fur babies?
Fucking evil.
Oh,
That's what you call them.
okay.
I don't know what to call cats. I don't. I've only ever had one. I've only ever loved one cat in my life.
Bunch of pussies. That's what you call
Exactly.
them.
Exactly. Group of cats is called a pussies. It's called pussies. Is that like a technical term?
I don't know.
Like a herd?
Yeah. Herd of pussies.
Herd of pussies. Oh man. Yeah, we definitely love this little one. She's woken us up to a lot of little things, and then like getting out and taking her for walks around, everybody kind of seeing people around. And now at least I think because the vaccine's available, we're seeing a lot less people wear masks around us in our own little community. And the, except for the other day when we when we were walking her in the morning and there was a lady digging through people's trash cans.
Oh my gosh.
While wearing a mask, not wearing gloves.
Yeah.
But she was wearing a mask, and it was like, must have been like 79, 80 something degrees in the morning.
She was trying to be incognito too, with her sunglasses. And
she got her sunglasses. She had like a hat. She had a lot of cranial accessories.
I can see you digging through people's trash.
Wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're digging in trash and you're wearing a mask. You're digging in the trash, like with your hands, and you're wearing a mask. What the fuck are you thinking? What is going through your head? How is the logic on that work?
That's how you get COVID, everyone.
That is how you get COVID. That's why I go around and lick people's doorknobs. I'm not getting COVID. I'm getting used to it.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah. People in our community have been fun to watch this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we go out on our daily walks and get to take a look at what's going on around us, and those stupid parades, the
birthday parades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
people,
gosh.
People honking their fucking horns. They get out of their
that was
car.
A fad.
They get out of their car wearing a mask, go up and get a little goodie bag from the kid, take a picture with the kid in your mask, in a picture, and then you take your goodie bag in your mask and you go back into your car in your mask, and then you leave.
And then the next car rolls up honking, and it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Or they do the drive-by, straight up just drive-by honk.
Yeah.
Happy birthday parade thing.
You know what? This is... I'm gonna say, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go off on these people.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I have to get this off my chest.
Earmuff the kids, as Monica Perez would say.
Earmuff your children. I've already been cussing this whole time, so if your kids aren't earmuffed, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. If you teach your child that the best way to celebrate their birthday is for you to take them in your car, all of you masked up, drive by and honk at this kid, and then you let your kid out only if they wear a mask, go to greet this kid and take a goodie bag without having participated in an actual birthday party and sing along and cutting the cake and doing all the, the jumper and all the stupid shit that kids have to do when they do the party, you're a piece of shit. If you teach your kid that this is the way that you should celebrate birthdays and you think that this is a good idea, you're a piece of shit. You need to teach your kid that having a birthday is having a fucking birthday. You go in a backyard, you have hot dogs or hamburgers, or if you're in Southern California like us, you get carne asada and salsa and whatever else, and you get all this stuff together. You get the cake, you have like music playing. There's some kid that always eats too much and he throws up. There's a bunch of normal stuff that happens. But if you just go around and honk at some fucking kid and you want a goodie bag,
drop off a gift.
You're teaching your kid how to be a lazy prick, just like you. You need to stop with this bullshit. Kids aren't spreading this shit. I think it's already been proven. Even the CDC has said it. Like, this shit doesn't spread through kids. Like, kids don't get, nothing happens to kids, basically. So why can't you just have a fucking birthday party like a normal ass person? Like, what the fuck? Come on. Seriously. That's the laziest way. It to me, you know what? It's shown me how fucking lazy Americans are. And as much as I hate it when people bitch about Americans, like Europeans, like, oh, you Americans, they talk shit about us. They're fucking right. We're lazy. Like, we'll do the easiest thing possible if it gives us credit to do it. We will. And this is teaching kids how to fall into that lazy, middle of the road, average, mediocre. No one is rising to their fullest potential here. No one is saying, you know what? I'm going to think with my heart a bit. I'm not going to think with my brain because my brain's been terrorized by the media for this whole fucking year. I'm going to think with my heart. I'm going to give this kid a hug and I'm going to celebrate her birthday. Let's go sing happy birthday to this kid. You know, let's all get out of the car and sing happy birthday. Did anybody do that? I've never seen anybody do that. They drive by, beep, 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 beep. They go take a picture, grab a goodie bag, get in their car with their mask, and they go off. It's like, you know what? And shame on the parents, too. The parents who are like, oh, well, you can't have a party because of COVID.
And
man, fuck off.
a lot of it too, not only has to do with your point, but the virtue signaling factor and putting that on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Also.
Because everybody's got their phones out and they're recording the whole thing.
And I'm sure I never looked into this fad of birthday parades and whatever they're called. I don't know the correct term. But if this was just...
I think they call them pride parades. You know I was being serious on that, though.
Oh, my God. Have some respect. We're in the month of the gay alphabet people.
Of los gays?
Yes. Have some respect.
I have gay friends. I respect gay people.
But anyways...
But they're called pride parades.
I don't know if this was just a fad specific to this California, or if this was something that happened like back east. But I would imagine a lot of it, you know, you got to get it on the gram. You got to get that Facebook live. You got a virtue signal. Look, we're having a party, but we're being safe.
Yeah.
You know, people are showing up. Oh, here, have some sanitizer before you touch the goodie bag. Don't worry.
Yeah.
These have been sanitized.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry. Everything has been wrapped nicely.
It's like a metaphor for life. Life has been sanitized.
We're bubble wrapped. They've bubble wrapped this generation.
They've destroyed these kids. They've gone from helicopter parent to let's be a fucking nano parent and inject you with DNA particles that aren't yours, and we're gonna be inside of you too.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
For the most part, our immediate neighbors seem to not really be bothered by what's going on. Like, we've gone into their homes and haven't had to wear masks, or
they've invited us.
It's been pretty normal.
Yeah, they're like, come take a look at all the work we've done in our house.
But it seems when they go outside of this place, they go to eat, they follow the rules.
Yeah,
for the sake of following rules.
We're lucky because of our little greasy spoon that we go to. It's not, I hate greasy spoon, sounds bad, but I say it like a loving thing because I like greasy spoons. But they don't really care if you wear a mask or not. You know what I mean? They flat said, you know, so many of our choices have been taken away from us. You have a choice here. And I respect that. And that's why they keep getting my business, and I tip very well, because I like that if you're a business person, there's some rules out there. Think about it. Put yourself in the customer's shoes, you know? And that's what they're doing. They're like, you know what? If you want to wear a mask, great. Don't want to wear a mask, great. We're here for you. We're just here to serve you.
Yeah.
And make good food. That's it.
And I imagine they were hanging on by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
Because we went there sometimes 3-4 times a week just to support these people.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2 meals a day, you know?
Hey.
During this COVID thing, because they're a small business. We know the owners. They love that place. Everyone knows us, and it's just a cool place to hang out.
Yeah.
And you got to support people like that.
Yeah.
People that are just trying to make a living, and they provide jobs to other people that live locally, and that's what community is.
And they keep trying to hire more. I mean, they're trying to hire more now. It's hard to find people that are willing to work, but they are sticking in it, and they're doing their best. And I love how real they are.
Yeah.
I love how no judgments. Everybody they're friendly. They just come and talk, just ask how we are, how we're doing. You know, they come to our table just to talk to us like regular people, because we're regular people. I don't. I know I sound like a curmudgeon because I want everybody to leave me alone, but I'm not. I do genuinely like human connection with other people. If you're a real person and you don't sit and
You don't regurgitate talking points from CNN.
exactly. If I hear
Share.
if I hear the same fucking thing from Anderson Cooper and coming out of your mouth, I'm not hearing you. I'm hearing Anderson Cooper. I want to hear you.
Yes. I want you to be real with me,
Yeah.
because I will be real with you,
Yeah.
and just give me a little bit of that back.
It's a
And,
respect thing too.
Yeah. And then the people there, they have that. So that's why we support them and give them our money.
Yeah.
And there's very few places like that around here where we live. A lot of talking with our neighbor, and he goes out with his wife, and he's like, yeah, it's good to get out now, go to restaurants, but you still got to wear the mask when you go in, and when you sit at the table, you can take it off, and it's no big deal. And in the back of my head, I'm having a panic attack because I'm just like, where is the logic in that?
Exactly.
There's no logic in that. You're safe. Okay, so you're safe at the table, but when you get up, immediately when you get up and you exit out of the place, you're not safe.
You're not safe.
Like how? So there must be some barrier that prevents the air from the outside to get into your.
The barrier's in your mind.
It drives me insane. But I did not get into that discussion with him. I was just like, But he just doesn't want to get into trouble with anyone. He doesn't want to deal with anything, so he just wears the mask.
He's a passive kind of guy. He doesn't really fight. He's not a aggressive dude, and I don't expect people to fight
I don't
businesses
either.
and to be like, well, I'm not going to wear a mask and and this is why. Because I could go around and be an asshole and do that. I could,
Yeah.
but I don't. Because I don't have fucking time. I don't have time. To me, it's a trade-off. Everything is a trade-off. Everything is a fucking trade-off. I know that it sounds like that's very minimalistic thinking, but everything is an economic transaction if you think about it. And in economics, real economics, not Keynesian economics, like how the people that run shit think, where if they just print money, then we can solve all our problems. That's not real economics. But in regular economics, Austrian economics, everything is a transaction. And I see it as a transaction thing where, if I need to go to the store, I only have maybe 20 minutes. I need to get in, need to get out. Do I have enough time to get in and get out without my mask, dealing with the manager telling me you need to wear a mask and arguing with them and going, well, see, what you actually don't know is that this will only help 1%.
Yeah, you're
max.
not me. You're not me.
Yeah. I don't sit and argue with people. It's different. You have to understand there's a difference in gender too. You're a female, I'm a male. They're probably going to come up to me and bug me. They might not go up to you and bug you because you're a female. Some people will go up to you and bug you because you're a female.
And they have.
And others won't because you're a female. But the female factor is in there. I'm a male. Most people don't give a shit about men. So you're going to either confront another man because you wanted to argue with someone that day, and that could have been me, and the person will probably come up with a stupid cell phone in my face and record, how they're lecturing me because they're being a fucking Karen, and I don't want to be on anybody's video. And I'm likely to, if somebody comes up to me and I'm not wearing a mask and they're doing some stupid shit like that, I'm likely to get arrested because I'm going to beat the fuck out of that person. Because my response to you is, I'm going to give you a warning. Get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you. You don't get out of my face, I'm going to beat the living snot out of you. You don't like that? I'm going to keep beating you until I see blood come out. And that's it. And I'm going to take your fucking phone. I'm going to break it. That's how it's going to work. I don't deal with people's shit. So I try and factor all that in. Everything is a trade-off. All economics is a trade-off. There's no winners. There's only losers. So you have to make this trade-off. To me, there's too much of a lose situation if I fight with somebody. So I walk in, usually putting my mask on when I'm inside. I go get my shit and I leave. And I take my mask off the second I walk out because I hate wearing the fucking mask. But I don't want to argue with anybody. If I had more time on my hands and I was having a bad day, I'd probably go and argue with everybody. But that's just, it's not going to make me win. It's going to make me feel worse. It's not going to make me feel better. And knowing how people are in the area that we live in, they'll fucking call the police just to make a point.
Yeah, you got to pick your battles around here.
Exactly. So I'm not going to fucking do it. But there are places around us that don't care. And in those places, I definitely take advantage of the fact that they don't care.
Yep. Support.
And I support them with a lot of my money. I give them my money because if you're going to treat me like a human, then you deserve to take the fiat. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. It's just money.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. I have a job. I'll make more of it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
If it can help someone else more than me, then that's fine. Take it.
Exactly.
Please.
And that's what I try and do. I just don't want to fight with anybody. I know that there were some places that we just don't wear masks at, or there's some places that you can get away with it. And that's cool. But for the most part, I'm not going to fight with anybody. I'll just do what I got to do. June 15th, the thing is supposed to end, allegedly. And when that happens, if they still have a sign that says, please wear a mask, I'm not going to, because your sign says please. It doesn't say you must.
Doesn't say required.
Doesn't say required, and it won't be required.
For entry
Yeah.
into this establishment.
So notice that, people. When the sign says, please wear a mask, they're not telling you you have to wear one. So feel free to do whatever you want.
It's just could it be just
It's a request,
right?
It's a request.
Yeah.
Please is a request. When it says required for entry, then they're telling you must. And there's a difference there in the wording. So please pay attention to the wording. But I'm sure that there will be some businesses that want a virtue signal and make you wear a mask forever. And that's cool. They will be getting none of my money. You vote with your dollar every single day. And if you contribute to businesses that continue to put shit on you and rules on you that you don't like, you're only to blame for your own problems. Stop giving them your money. And when the well dries up, they'll learn to stop treating people as poorly as they are. And that you can't virtue signal your way into success in this country.
Yep.
That's not how you shoehorn success into your business. But whatever. I'm sure we're going to come across like one or two businesses maybe where they're like, you have to wear a mask to come in, even after that.
Some of the main corporations, probably.
Yeah.
Costco.
Maybe.
I'm looking at you.
I fucking hope they don't, because I will cut up that goddamn Costco card and I'll be like, shove this up your fucking ass. Give me my money.
Oh.
I don't want any of that stuff.
My toilet paper.
I'll go somewhere else and get toilet paper. I'll order from fucking Granger if I have to.
Granger.
I'll do whatever I need to do.
Oh my god.
Order from some like office supply
Holy
store.
crap.
Whatever we need to do.
We're gonna have to make room for that.
Jesus, we're gonna have like a 30-year supply of toilet paper in our house. It'd be like what's his face in Blow, where they have boxes of cash all over the place, but it's gonna be toilet paper everywhere. We're gonna be having to sift through and swim through the house like a hoarder.
Oh my god.
You're gonna see us on A&E Hoarders or some shit.
Hey, you can just shit anywhere you want.
That's true.
Positive.
Just rub your back up against the wall. There you go. It's made out of toilet paper.
You're set.
That's so gross. Oh man, that's definitely like a hoarder's house if there's like shit everywhere, because they have like animals and stuff too, right? I don't know.
That is disgusting.
It is.
Hoarders are on a different level.
That's like a whole other level of mental illness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy, Jesus.
That's this like little banter that we have back and forth has been one of my favorite things about working at home with you and our relationship.
Yeah.
Besides, getting to sneak you kisses when you're on your meetings and getting to sneak peeks at you and in the middle of my day, when previously I just have the morning. And then sometimes at lunch we'd get together.
Yeah.
But for the most part it was mornings, and then the drive home and nighttime.
Yeah.
That's all we had together in the weekends.
Now we have most of the time together.
We do.
Yeah.
And I think it's been great.
Yeah.
For our relationship.
I like it. I'm definitely like, yep, I married my best friend. That's it. Like,
yeah, you are my best friend.
Yeah.
And I'm so lucky because I can say that. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of people that are in relationships can't really say that. Like some people that I've talked to, coworkers, being at home, stuck with the kids and the wife, and I got to get out, and it's a different perspective. I know we don't have kids, and our house is not as hectic as it could be. But hey, everyone makes their own decisions, and we chose the right thing to not have kids. But
it makes things a lot easier, guys.
I mean, if it was a different situation, and we were outside of the city, and I could homeschool them and be a stay-at-home mom, 100%.
Oh yeah,
I'd want to have kids.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're both full-time and we barely have enough time for each other, after cooking dinner, working out, and working in the garden and doing whatever house chores that we need to do, taking care of the it's
definitely been an advantage to have us all home, and it's made us a lot more close as a little family unit. I know, the pup isn't a child, a human child, but she acts like one. She's a baby. And
she is a baby.
She's
our baby.
Yeah.
I had her 6
years
ago.
She came out of your egg.
She came out of my womb as an egg.
Yeah. She hatched. Yeah, I definitely feel like, at least for me, I know it's gonna sound corny, but I'm still pretty young. I'm in my 30s, and I have a house, I have a wife, I have a dog. I have I shouldn't, as much as I complain about my job, I shouldn't. At least I'm working. At least I have something, to provide means to live. And this whole, like, having to be home, at first I was really upset about it, especially missing out on going to like comedy shows and concerts. I know you love concerts, and I love going to concerts with you. I'm not as much a concert person as you are, but a comedy show is my thing. And I was really upset about missing all this stuff. But now I'm actually really happy. I definitely see that the thing that gives me the most meaning, at least for me, has been here, being home and living our lives and trying to become more independent and a little bit more self-sufficient, not needing, things from anyone, and learning how to do things on our own together. And that's something that we've kind of started to share. And it's really put our focus from being two married people who might have different goals and aspirations for careers or whatever, into being two unified married people who have a more unified dream or goal to get to. And if anything, this has made us even more close. So in a way, I'm kind of thankful this all happened, because without all that, we'd still be living on the same kind of momentum that we would prior to the pandemic, and we'd still be on the same kind of path, trying to push at our jobs like slaves and getting, little tidbits here and there, like we're so successful at our job, and it wouldn't really mean a whole lot. And I've gotten closer to my parents, talking to them, and they work like us. You know, they work for like 40 years or more in their jobs. They're retired now. And now they're both like really honest with me. And they're like, don't live for your job, because they don't care at all about you. In the end, all you have is the people around you, and that's going to be your family.
Yeah. The time you spend with your family is more important than that overtime.
Yeah.
'Cause that's going to get taxed anyways.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
you're not going to get the full amount you think you are.
No.
And you could have used that time sitting down with your kid or reading them that book or, I don't know, having that chat with your husband.
Yeah. I really enjoy this, and I know it's been kind of a shitty thing to get over, like not being able to go to concerts or go to the movies or, you know, stuff like we used to do. I feel like we were homebodies prior to this too. We would only go out when there was something we really wanted to do, you know.
Yeah.
A certain concert for an artist, hockey game. And even then we had really stopped going to hockey. But if anything, this is like, without spending all that money, I guess, on those things, we put it more towards saving for the future and
giving it out
and
to
giving
people
it out.
that need it.
Yeah, and giving it to people that need it, and people around here that need it. And that to me has brought more joy to me. And it's that model of abundance type thing that Sam talks about on his episodes, where if you put it out there, you know, it comes back to you. Like it's so funny, prior to the pandemic, I was more concerned about money. I was like, oh man, what are we going to do for money? What are we going to do for this? And now with the pandemic, like we still have the same amount of money. It's not like any of it changed, but now I just don't care. Now it's like, the more I give away, well, it still comes back.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion, either in the form of money or in the form of good things happening, you know, good things for our lives. And you can't really put a cost on that. You can't be like, oh, well, if I put 10% of my income out, you know, how much am I going to, you can't quantify how much of it's going to come back. It just comes back.
It does.
It just does. You have to, there's a law, like there has to be some sort of like natural law that like when you put something out, it comes back. I know that people are like, oh, it's karma. Well, karma, whatever you want to call it. But something happens when you put good out there. You get good back. And for some people, it's money. Maybe they need your money. That's fine. If you can spare it, give it to them, and then, you know, make their life, make their day. You never know what, you know, $5 to a homeless person is going to do. It might change their whole outlook. That day they might have been considering killing themselves. And that $5 just gave them a little help to, you know, have some kind of faith in humanity again. You know, you never know. And I'm not trying to be like all preachy and spiritual with people, because, you know, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But it's really been helping us, I think, is focusing on other people and what can we do to help them, especially the ones around us here.
Yeah, in our community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a good learning experience this past year, getting closer with you and shutting off the TV, turning off the news and focusing on our relationship and bettering ourselves and trying to grow our own food and get better at shooting and
talking to each other.
Yeah.
Learning more about each other. I'm like
picking up books, reading again, you know.
Yeah.
It's been great. And I do enjoy our afternoons after work, just sitting on the couch and talking, even though we chat throughout the day.
Yeah.
Here and there, but we're still focused on our stupid tasks that we have at hand for work. But we make it a point to just sit and chat for a little bit. And if we flip on the TV, it's usually just some random podcast or something. But for the most part, TV's off. We're just talking.
Yeah. We don't have
So
Hulu. We
we're
don't have
kind of weird.
Netflix. We don't have Hulu. We don't have Netflix. We don't watch that. We literally sit with the TV off in front of the TV and talk. And
Just what's on our mind.
yeah,
And
kind of like what we're doing right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting a little insight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I love it. I don't know.
I do too.
I'm thankful. I'm truly thankful
Me too.
for this past year, and even though we did discuss a lot of negative things, I think
Yeah.
personally I've grown so much, and I've learned so much this past year, and I don't think I'd have it any other way.
Me too. I think I'm actually really glad all this stuff has happened. A lot of truth has been revealed. A lot of like fakeness is out in the open, and a lot of like true, real, honest people are out in the open. And our lives have gotten so much more rich as a result, and I really appreciate our relationship a lot more. I love just having those moments where we just sit and look, and we're just looking at each other and we just know, like,
Yeah.
you know,
We're doing it right now.
Yeah, we're doing it
Making me
right
giggle.
We're doing it right now. But I don't know. I guess you just have to be here to see.
Oh man. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Truly best friends. Truly soulmates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
There's the dog.
there's the cue.
There's the cue. She's like, time for bed.
Oh my gosh. I just wanted to read this quick quote.
Yeah.
Alan Watts. He's a author speaker. He's an author speaker. He's pretty much one of the first people. He was British.
Yeah.
Right. He was one of the first to interpret Eastern wisdom for the Western audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this quote and it kind of resonated with me, and I just wanted to share it. Waking up to who you are requires letting go of who you imagine yourself to be.
Yeah.
So to get to this point in my life, I had to let go of a lot of things that used to make up who I was as a person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to go on this journey of life and to improve yourself and to be happy. Sometimes you need to let go of things that society sees as normal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to go against the grain, to be happy. And your true friends will come to you. Your soulmates will come to you. Because that's the whole point.
It's finding your tribe.
Is finding your tribe. Don't just join the sheep that are watching Masked Singer and the latest thing on Netflix. You know, it's
talk.
don't just join. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And your true friends will come along and join you.
I agree. 100%. I love that quote. I think that's a great way to go. And Alan Watts is a real motherfucker. If you ever look into him.
I want to read his book.
He has a few books.
His most famous one it's called The Wisdom of Insecurity, a message for an age of anxiety.
Oh man, that's probably so relatable to today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because so many people feel so much anxiety for every little thing. People are paralyzed to make their own decisions nowadays because they feel like they're going to make the wrong decision. I got a hint for you folks. There is no wrong decision. You know, there's only a decision that's going to take you ahead and move ahead. There's some decisions that take you and move you behind. And it just depends on how your path goes. Everybody's path is a little bit different. Not everybody's path is going to be the same. If you're a parent, a lot of the times you want your kid to take a better path than you, or the same path as you, if you feel like you've reached some sort of level of success. But success is relative to each person. Which you see as success is someone else's failure, and what someone else sees as failure is success to someone else. And so,
yeah, I used to think having that 2-story house and that career that pays a lot and that nice car, and that was the American dream, you know? But my perspective has changed on that, and that doesn't make me happy.
yeah.
I don't see that as a goal in my life anymore. My goal is to be happy, to make you happy, the pup happy, and to take care of others that are less fortunate. And yeah, to rid my life of toxic elements. And that, if that includes family and friends, and so be it. But we all have a right to be happy.
Exactly. And we have a right to not make ourselves feel more minuscule than the world already makes us feel.
Yes.
The power to change is inside of you right now. If you want to change and you want to be a better person, you want to reach a goal that you have of being, I don't know, free or debt free or whatever your goal is, you can always reach your goal. You just have to work hard, work every day, work until you think that it's not going to work, and then work some more, and then you'll become successful. If anything, if you've learned anything from experts out there, quote unquote experts, in like fields like baseball, they say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert in anything, right? 10,000 hours of practice to become an expert in anything.
For baseball, you said?
I've heard this from baseball, but it could be applied to other fields too. 10,000 hours. So if you think about that, 10,000 hours, right? We're not even experts in making decisions for ourselves. Have you made 10,000 decisions?
No. When you're stuck in a school system for 12 years,
you make no decisions.
Yeah.
They make the decisions for you.
They tell you what decisions you need to make.
Yeah. So we're not even experts in our own lives. This whole thing is a journey, and the power to change and the power to do well and do right is inside of you. It's up to you how you live your life. It's up to you how you believe. It's up to you how successful you become. If you just work hard and you try, you can do what you want. You can carve a little piece of freedom out in this world for yourself, without, with all the restrictions that we have. And you just have to not be afraid to be yourself. And we were watching, what was that, Fresh Prince? Like back in the day, Uncle Phil was like the real philosopher back in the day. But when he was talking to Carlton, because Carlton was like trying to pretend to be all like thuggy, because Will always says you're not black, because Carlton acts like Carlton. And
they made a bet that Carlton couldn't survive in the ghetto, like Compton, for a weekend.
And they were gonna go to like MacArthur Park or something. And
then,
I don't know. Aunt Viv came in, stepped in because she was the real one, and all this stuff. But Uncle Phil's like, the bravest thing you can do is just be yourself and not care what other people think. And he's right. Yeah. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. But we're told the exact opposite. We're told everybody's a little special snowflake, and everybody's special. But you're always told, yeah, but be like every other snowflake. Just follow the snowflakes wherever the snowflakes go. And it's like, sometimes you should follow your own path. Follow what's inside and trust yourself. Trust your instinct. I think there's a lot more growth for us the rest of this time of this pandemic, however long this is going to last. I don't know.
So much more growth.
And
you get to join us, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going to try and share every single grueling moment.
Oh, geez. You make it sound so enticing, so titillating to bring your word back up from the beginning of this podcast episode.
Good job, babe.
But I really like that quote. That was a great quote. And
Be yourself, everyone.
be yourself. Be yourself.
Yes.
Be yourself.
And love one another.
Yeah. And do your best to make yourself and the people around you happy, and just do what's right. Follow your heart, follow your intuition.
And don't be afraid to be happy yourself.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to be happy. There's a lot of people out there.
And treat yourself.
Misery loves company, but you don't have to be misery's company all the time. Just do what you need to do. Don't hurt anybody. And try and do your best. And we're here to talk. If you want to reach out to us, we're on Twitter, FRC Pod, at FRC Pod. We're on Gab and what's the other one? Gab and Float.
We're on Float.
At
Yes.
False Reality Check.
Yes.
And just drop us an email at frcpodcast@protonmail.com. Let us know what you think, and have a talk with us. We would love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah. Please send us an email.
Yeah.
We'll read every single one, and might even broadcast it. It's
Yeah.
a good one,
Yeah, we might even bring it up on the call. So don't be an asshole.
Yeah. And if you want to throw some Bitcoin our way,
Oh yeah.
swanbitcoin.com
Yes.
/false reality check.
You can stack your own sats and help us stack sats at the same time.
Because that fiat's not going to last.
No. We got
So,
your back.
Let's help each other out, folks.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Until next time.